Hello, hello, my friends. Maggie here. I'm so happy that you came to see me today. Well, today is Tuesday for me, and I have to be really, really perfectly honest. I had a morning doctor's appointment for my headaches, which I don't like to do morning appointments, but this was the only one I could get into without driving all the way to downtown Houston, which I didn't want to do. So, I got up and started getting ready, and then I had a few minutes, so I sat down thinking I'd really love to get my video done for tomorrow. And what I was going to do was try to finish up the Junk Journal January, but I didn't have time, so I started fiddling around with something else, and then before I know it was time to leave. Well, now it is the middle of the afternoon, because I've been sitting here fiddling and not doing anything. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I said, well, enjoy the green. I'm going to enjoy the green. So I'm going to enjoy the green today. This is sponsored, or not sponsored by, this is hosted by Kim from Kim's Inspired Live and Terry from Talon's Place. So we are going to work in the green today. So, but before I do that, I do have a new subscriber. I believe her name is Tyrena London. That is a beautiful name, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know if I am or not, and if I'm not, I do apologize. But, so welcome to my channel. I just am so happy you decided to subscribe. I hope you enjoy my videos, my content, whatever, and we'll come back and visit often. I'd love to have you become, an interactive part of our community. This is a wonderful community we have. You don't have to be a creator to become part of it and get to know some of the ladies or gents. I don't believe I have any gents, but at any rate, I'm so happy that you decided to join us, and I hope that you'll continue to just come back. Yeah, come back every day. I post I post every day, sometimes twice a day, but I definitely do my best to post every day. So welcome, welcome. I just give you a great big welcome hug, and to all my subscribers, you know how much I love you and appreciate you, and I give you hugs too. I tell you I love you. I try to tell you I love you on a daily basis. So our shout outs today go to Debbie Kelly, Susan from I Totally Love It, Gwen from Gwen the Trash Witch, Susan Gasway Paper Crafting, Debbie Reed, Cindy from Scrap Brat, Just Donna Maria, Linda Gardellini, Mary Ellen, Angela Jones Creates, Russell B413, Tyrena London, Terry from Talon's Place, Selena Stevens, Candy from Candy's Crafty Creations, Linda's from Crafty Lenny P, Just Donna Maria. I think I said you twice, Donna Maria. I guess it was for a reason. Mary Jo Crafting and Dolls. Thank you, thank you, thank you as always for your comments. They mean so much to me. So the first thing we're going to do is finish this little folio that I started last time we did the green, last time we enjoyed the green. Well, today we're going to, for the first thing I'm going to do is try to finish this little folio. And my plan was to put a little script. Now you got to remember that this Irish journal is probably not going anywhere but on my desk for me to enjoy, and possibly I made this too tall. Possibly my son-in-law if he wants to, but take a gander at it. But it's just going to be for me. I'm not going to be writing in it. Unfortunately, I'm not a journaler. I like to make them, but I don't write in them. I've said this many times on my channel. I've tried over the years, but I've been unsuccessful with each attempt, so I'm going to save these strips for a diagonal masterboard. So I just don't do it. I figure when I make things and put them together, however they come out, that's my expression of something within me. Nobody may ever understand it, but you know. So guys, this is going to be really, really simple. You saw me make this folio. It was just from my half of a 12 by 12 paper sheet. This one's double-sided. You don't have to use double-sided. You can just leave it blank and then just decorate it however you want. But as it turns out, this was from an Echo Park paper pad, and so it is double-sided. I didn't line this pocket up very well here. I don't know if you can see it, so I was going to put some lace on there anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this little scratch pad for this. I don't think this is long enough. Oh, it is long enough. I don't think I'm going to use it. Scratch pad for this, or notepad, whatever you want to call it. And where'd that piece of paper go? I just had it. Yeah, I guess I could use this. So I hope you all are doing well. I know a lot of you are buried in lots and lots of snow. Fortunately for us here in Houston, the part of Houston we're in, the part of Texas we're in right now, we did not get hit with a stormy storm, you know, like I mean ice and all of that. We were very, very fortunate because it did rain before the freezing temperatures hit. And but it stopped raining before it got to freezing, so that was really good. And it meant that we hopefully would have no sleet on the road, or you know, ice on the trees, or any of that stuff, and we didn't. The only thing we got was cold, really, and it's been cold. I mean, for us it's cold. I'm talking, you know, I'm always talking relatively speaking, because where you're at, you might not consider 25-30 degrees cold, but for us here in Houston, it's cold. So what I'm going to do is, I moved my one cart down because I put another skinny one right here. I'm just going to staple these, if my stapler will work. I think I've got staples in here. Let's take a gander. No, I don't, apparently. That was the last one. So, yeah, I went to the doctor today for my injections. They're Botox injections that they give, apparently, and I've found it out for myself. They're very, very beneficial for migraines. And you generally have to get them every 3 months. And I missed my 3-month appointment because, well, there was a couple of reasons, but the primary one is I thought it was at the end of the month. I have another appointment at the end of the month, and oh, come on now. Get in there. Maybe there is something stuck there. Oh my goodness, there was some stuck in there. So it's been now about 3 weeks, or 2 weeks anyway. And I didn't think that 2 weeks would make that much of a difference. But when I talked to her this morning, she says, oh yes, it can definitely make a difference. And, you know, you can start, sometimes it usually works out that you end up, your headaches start getting worse right before the 3 months are up, because that's how often we get the injections, is every 3 months. So, she says, yes, that's kind of normal. So I said, well, I won't be missing my next appointment, that's for sure. I'm going to write in big letters all across my bedroom, because those migraines are, and the ones a couple of them I had were, for me, the worst I've had as far as being debilitating, you know. I mean, that one day I was filming a video and I literally had to stop because this doesn't look even to me. But by golly, it is. Well, it might not be quite even. And so yeah, I'm very thankful I have access to the treatment, because, oh boy. All right, and then I'm just gonna glue this down on here, if my glue will work. Oh, come on. I've been trying. Obviously, I don't do it every time, to check my glue before I start, so I don't have to go through this. But I don't always remember. Okay. Okay. And I am just going to stick this right down in here. And then I have these little journaling cards that I I'm gonna put this one in here in front of this. Matter of fact, I might put a couple of these in there. I love visiting Ireland. It's a beautiful, beautiful little country. I felt like I was home. You know, it felt like home. The people are wonderful people, friendly, funny. And just beautiful, just beautiful. But I'm not really doing this journal because of all that. I'm doing it because I was going to do a little golden book, Darby O'Gill. And I decided I didn't want to cut him up and then maybe ruin it because the pages ended up being too fragile. So, and I didn't want to pay the price for another one, you know. So I decided that between now and next year, or maybe sometime this year, I'll keep looking and see if I come across one. I got that one. The one that I did get was in a haul. It was in a lot of little golden books from eBay, and it was very, very reasonable. I mean, it was less expensive than what most people are charging for the Darby O'Gill books. So I said, okay, we'll just wait. I'm going to try to use some of these stickers. I'm going to put Lucky and Blessed right here. And then I may just put these, I fussy cut these out of the paper sheet. And my little dogs, since I got home and they came upstairs, have just, especially Canelo, has just been going absolutely nuts. So I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to film a video anyway. Which is why I usually in the mornings leave him downstairs until I'm finished, at least with one video. Okay, and then on this page I do have this other little hat, but it's awfully tiny. This one's a little bit bigger, but it really blends in. So what do we want to put over here? Uh-oh. Oh, well, here's a hat I could put. It's a bigger hat. I'll put this hat here. Okay. And then I'm going to put some I'm going to put a little piece of green lace down here. This is that. I love this stuff. I have it in lots and lots of colors. I just, I really like it. It's so easy to use it. Sometimes it can be a little fiddly to glue it down just the way you want it, but I'm not glue it down, but put it down. Oops. Now it's pretty sticky, so if it does much more than touch the paper, it's going to stay there. So I try to be careful. That's pretty good. That'll work. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do with this, it's not going to be removable, but I think I'm just going to put it in my journal. I'm going to glue it in, and then it can just, you know, flip open like this. So, all right, so that's, I need something for here, but I don't know what I want to put yet. I think I do know what I want to put, but I need to print it and cut it out, one of those little cute leprechauns. So that's going to be all I'm going to do with that for right now, because I didn't print one of those out. And okay, so I made this little journal. I've got about 3 small journals that I'm working on, and this, of course, is going to be my one for March, so there's really not that big of a rush, you know. But, so I made this out of, and I wanted it small because, like I said, it's just primarily going to be for me. I'm not quite sure how I managed to wrinkle this. I wasn't careful when I put it down, I guess. But, because it's just going to be for me. It's really for the fun of making it primarily, but so I made this out of manila folders. I used to make all my journals out of manila folders, but I found after storing them for a few months that they were folding, and it was the way they were stored primarily. So These are not going to be that issue, but I do make them like double. I double it, and then I usually put fabric over it, or or paper. It just depends on what I want to do. So these are going to be the inside. And it's just going to be one signature. So I've got a piece of this paper for the front and one for the back. So we're going to put that down. I think I might want to trim a smidge off of this. I heard somebody say in their video the other day, well, how much is a smidge? They said, I'm going to trim a smidge off. And I'm like, how much is a smidge anyway? I guess a smidge is a tiny amount. A tiny amount, whatever size you want it to be. However much you need it to be a smidge. I don't know. But I thought it was cute. Alright, so we're going to put this one down. I don't think this is going to be a very long video, which is okay. Maggie. I think I need to use something else here. I need a little bit more to come out. Well, sometimes the simplest of tasks can give you the most trouble, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's good enough. Well, there's nothing new, much new happening here. That's for sure. Like I've said before, we live a pretty dull life. My daughter gets out the most because she's the one that's, you know, working. It's not the kind of getting out that's any fun, believe me. Oh, I should have trimmed that a little bit. Maybe it'll be okay. Looks like I'm getting glue all over it. All right, so this is going to be my signature for this. I'm not going to sew it in right now because, well, just because. I don't have a good reason. I don't have my stuff out for one thing. I was just sitting here trying to think of what I was going to do a video about, and I decided to do this one, and I just didn't gather everything that I absolutely needed. So, this is some tissue paper that I had, and I took a sheet of it, and I did the, you know, the water and glue treatment to it. I love it. And this is a dictionary page. I did the same thing too, and I don't know why I thought that it might, because it's really thin paper, that it might make it more transparent, but it really didn't. It didn't make it transparent at all. The only thing that it did to it, the one side it gave that shiny appearance to, it made it very sturdy, you know, and crinkly, but it didn't make it transparent. Some packing paper, some drawing paper. I had this is a napkin. I thought this was cute because of the colors that I would put it in. And some more, I think this was a fast food napkin, or just a really thin napkin. So it's not very big. It's only got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages. And I really don't want this to be in the center. Well, I'll have to find something else. But, yeah, that's going to be sewed in. This needs to be trimmed off a little bit. And then I wanted something, you know, usually when I do a journal, my front page is like something that really means something to me or that I really love. And I really love both of these images. This is, I'm trying to think what this is called. We took a drive one day. This was one of the things we did, and it's so beautiful. Oh. But I really like this one too. It's all these cliffs, and I mean, you know, Ireland is just, it's surrounded by the ocean all the way around it. So, I printed this out. I downsized it. It was a, you know, like a 8 by 10 or whatever. And then I had to cut it down some more, but I thought this was pretty too. So I don't know if I'm going to leave this here, or no, I'm not going to do that. Or just put it on here on this green paper, but just a song for Ireland. And I like this one because how can you tell that I'm Irish? How can you tell that I'm Irish? So, but I think I'll put this one on the front. But I gotta find another piece of paper. Maybe I'll take a piece of the scrapbooking paper. And then I've got to find another center too. I don't want to leave this as a center. So I'm kind of going to make it like I would a regular journal, except it's probably going to be more decorated, I would say. I don't know yet. I hope it works out. I wish I could have done Darby O'Gill, but... So I'm not going to sew this in right now. I'll finish it at another time. Probably I won't do another Enjoy the Green with this. I'll do something else for that. But I did want to show it to you. I love this fabric that I had. I wasn't sure what I had in my stash. I knew I had some shamrock fabric, and I think I've got some others too, but they're great big. But I I really thought this was pretty, and it was, the print was small enough so that it didn't overpower this little tiny journal. So, all right, everyone, I love you so very much. I'm going to get off of here for now. I love you. I think the world of you guys. I sometimes I just don't even know what to say. You know, I use the same words over and over again, and it seems like they might lack meaning, but believe me, they don't. So, anyway, I love you. Just suffice that to say. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm really, really shocked that I'm actually working. I consider that 50 mark to be like, oh, I'm over the hump, and I'm working towards 400. So my little child is growing. Oh, it makes me smile. It just makes me smile. It makes me happy. So yeah, if you watch my videos and you like them, please subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd like to know who you are. If you have subscribed and you don't comment, well, leave a heart, but you know, I'd like to know, at least leave one comment. Let me know where you're watching from and that you have subscribed. I would really appreciate it. I am going to draw the names in the next few days. Today's the 27th. So it'll be, you know, about 4 more days for Happy Meal recipients for this month. And then, like I had said, from then on going forward, I just would like for you, if you want to receive Happy Meal, to let me know by sending me an email. My email address is in the description box, so that I can get your address and put your name on the list, and then I have all the names to choose from, so that if I just randomly want to send somebody something, I can, without having to go through drawing the names and making people think like they're winning something, because that's not the purpose. The purpose is for me just to give something back to you. And you know, if it brings you just a little bit of joy, if it makes you smile, then that's good for me. I'm happy with that, and I'm so happy to be able to do that. So I'm gonna go. I love you. Be kind. Remember to be grateful for one thing, if nothing else, one thing. And right now in this moment, I have to tell you that I'm very grateful that I was able to go this morning and get the treatment that I need for my migraines. I'm very, very thankful that it's available to me, and that I was able to get an appointment that was fairly close to home. And, you know, do something that brings you joy. Make just something that makes you happy. And in doing that, and being kind and being grateful, you're going to be joyful, and you're going to be able to spread your joy to someone else. So again, I love you. I know I say it a lot. I'm sorry, but I do. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye. Bye. I love you. Bye.